Hi, this is Munson from Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song by Stevie Vaughan called Life Without You. And we're going to start on a G major chord, and we're going to talk about where we're going to move this for key in a moment. And actually, we're basically just going to be doing strum chords through this lesson. But we're going to start on a G major for our verse and our intro. And the way you play G major, first finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret. Second finger is going to go low E on the third fret. And third finger is going to go to the high E on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, then that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the G major chord in our verse and our intro, we're going to be going to an E minor chord. And when you play E minor, first finger is going to stay on the A string on the second fret, and second finger is going to go to the D string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, then that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And for our verse and our intro, we're basically just going to be working with just those two chords. But a lot of times with a song like this, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the G and just tried that a lot. You have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So you want to do that a lot to kind of train your right hand to do that. And then if we kind of try that through our verse progression, then we got G, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, E minor, down. Until we get to our pre-chorus. On our pre-chorus, we start on the G major, and we're going to end up doing that 4 times, just like the verse and our intro. And then after the G major 4 times, then we're going to go to a B7 chord. And the way you play B7, first finger is going to go to the D string on the first fret, second finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret, third finger on the G string on the second fret, and the pinky on the high E on the second fret. And if you strum just the A string to the high E string, then that sounds a B7 or a B dominant 7. It sounds really messed up. And it's kind of supposed to. And we're going to do that 4 times. And then we're going to go to a C major chord. When we play C major, first finger is going to go to the B string on the first fret, second finger on the D string on the second fret, and third finger is going to go to the A string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, then that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the C major chord in the pre-chorus, we're going to be going to an A major. And the way you play A major, first finger is going to go to the D on the second fret, second finger is going to go to the G on the second fret, and third finger on the B string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, then that sounds an A major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And so if we tried our pre-chorus with our strum pattern, then we have the G, down, down, up, down, 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 B7, down, up, down, B7, down, down, up, down, B7, down, down, up, down, B7, down, down, up, down, C, 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 down, down, up, down, A, 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 down, down, up, down. And then we're going to get to our chorus part, and we start on the G major again, and we do 2 G majors, and then we're going to go to a B7, and then we do another B7, and then we go to a C major chord, and then we do another C major chord, and then we're going to go to a D major. And the way you play D major, first finger is going to go to the G string on the second fret, second finger is going to go to the high E on the second fret, and third finger on the B string on the third fret. And if you strum just the D, G, B, and E, kind of the skinny 4 strings, that sounds a D major. And we're going to end up doing 2 D majors, and then kind of doing a big down on the D at the end of our chorus. So we try our chorus with our strum pattern, then we have G, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, B7, down, down, up, down, B7, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, big D. And then from there, we're going to be going back into our verse part. So then we got our G, down, down, G, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, E minor, down. get to a bridge part where we use a lot of those same chords. We start on C major, then we got another C major, and another C major, and another C major, and then we're going to be going to A major 4 times. So A, another A, another A, and then another A. But then we go to an F major chord, and we'll talk about a really easy way to do this, but if you know the bar F major, you do your first finger across the entire 1st fret, second finger goes to the G string on the 2nd fret, third finger on the A on the 3rd fret, and the pinky on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds like F major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. But a lot of times if you just want to kind of avoid the bar chords or kind of go with something slightly easier, there's a good substitute for F major called F major 7. And the way you play F major 7, then you go first finger on the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, and third finger on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum just the D, G, B, and E, kind of the skinny 4 strings, that sounds like F major 7. It sounds really, really happy. So that would be a good substitute if you want to kind of avoid the bar. And then from there, we're going to be going back to D major and then doing 4 of the D majors. So we tried our bridge with our strum pattern, then we have C down, up, down, C down, up, down, C down, up, down, C down, up, down, A down, up, down, A down, up, down, A down, up, down, A down, up, down, F down, up, down, F down, up, down, F down, up, down, F down, up, down, D down, up, down, D down, up, down, D down, up, down, D down, up, down. And then from there we'd be going back into our verse progression for kind of our outro and fade. One other weird thing though is to play along with Stevie Vaughan, instead of starting on a G major chord, he's actually starting on an A flat major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 1st fret, then now your G major is really an A flat major, and your E minor is really an F minor chord. And when we get to it, the B7 is really a C7 chord, and your C major is really a D flat major chord, and then your A major is really a B flat major chord, and then your D major is really an E flat major chord, and your F major is really a G flat major chord. But to take it from the very beginning that way, you'd have your intro with the G down, up, down, G down, up, down, G down, up, down, G down, up, down, E minor 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 down, up, down, and then we'd be on our verse, so we're basically repeating that part. So we got our G down, up, down, G down, up, down, G down, up, down, G down, up, down, E minor 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 down, up, down, G down, up, down, G down, up, down, G down, up, down, G down, up, down, E minor 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 down, up, down. And then if we try that through our pre-chorus, then we got G down, up, down, G down, up, down, G down, up, down, G down, up, down, B7 down, up, down, B7 down, up, down, B7 down, up, down, B7 down, up, down, C down, up, down, C down, up, down, C down, up, down, C down, up, down, A down, up, down, A down, up, down, A down, up, down, A down, up, down, and then we'd be on our chorus part. So we got our G down, up, down, G down, up, down, B7 down, up, down, B7 down, up, down, C down, up, down, C down, up, down, B down, up, down, B down, up, down, B D. And then from there we'd be going back into our verse. But I know for myself, a lot of times what I like to add is something called a bass note to a lot of the chords. So this is something else you may want to try mixing up the song with. So for instance, on the G chord, instead of doing down, down, up, you could do a bass down, up, down, up. So what I mean is, like on the G chord, if you play the low E string for your bass and then do your down, up, down, down up, then it can almost simulate playing with a bass clear. So you got G with a low E bass, down, up, down, G with a low E bass, down, up, down. And then on the E minor chord, you actually have the low E string for your bass on the E minor. So E minor with a low E bass, down, down, E minor with a low E bass, down, down, low E bass, down, down. And then on the B7 chord, you have the A string for your bass. So B7 with an A bass, down, down, B7 with an A bass, down, down, B7 with an A bass, down, down. And then on the C chord, you have the A string for your bass. So C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down. And then on the A major, you have the A string for your bass. So A with an A bass, down, down, A with an A bass, down, down, A with an A bass, down, down. And then when you get to the F, then we have the low E string for the F if you're doing the bar F. So we have low E bass, down, down, low E bass, down, down, up. And we have the, if you're doing the F major 7, then your F bass is going to be on the D string. So you have D bass, down, down, D with the, or F with the D bass. And then on your D chord, then you have the D string for your bass. So bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down. So we tried that through that verse, or our next verse, we have the G with low E bass, down, down, 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 low E bass, down, down. And there's also a really cool bass run that kind of happens through the tune between those chords, where from the G chord, on that last G, it almost feels like you'd be going third on the low E, and then second on the low E, and then first fret on the low E, and then working into the E minor for your bass. Down, up, down, E minor, low E bass, down, down, E minor, low E bass, down, down, and then you can kind of reverse that bass run to get back, going open E, first fret on low E, second on low E, third fret on low E, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, 3, 2, 1, open E, down, down, E minor, low E bass, down, down, E minor, low E bass, down, down, E minor, low E bass, down, down. So that might be something else to kind of try through it. And actually, if we tried our pre-chorus that way, then you have G with low E bass, down, down, 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 B7 with an A 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 bass, down, down, C 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 with an A bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, or A with A bass, A with A bass, down, down, A with an A bass, down, down, A with an A bass, down, down. And then if we tried that on our chorus part, then you have G with low E bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, B7 with an A bass, down, down, B7 with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, big D. And then right after that verse that we kind of have after that, then we're back to our bridge part. So we tried our bridge with the bass, down, up, down, up. You'd have C with an A bass, down, down, 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 B 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 with an A bass, down, down, F with low E bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, down, D with the D 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 bass, down, down. Now something else I would think about adding to the tune, though, because of the feel, is actually something called a 16th note strum pattern. And right now, what we're doing with the down, down, up, is working off of something called an 8th note, where you would divide your beat into 2 parts. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I think could be really a lot of fun to kind of match the feel with the tune is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is, like, if you take the G chord and do a down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. And on the second beat, you'd be doing down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the third beat, you'd be doing an up on 2, down on 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 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 1 up, down. And then on the fourth beat, you'd be going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all together, you got long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. The weird thing with that pattern there is it's going to feel like we have to do less of the chords. So we tried that through your verse chorus. It'll be like doing a G and a G and an E minor and an E minor instead of 4 and 4. Now we got 2 and 2. So we tried that through your verse intro. We got G with down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, G down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, E minor down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, G down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, G down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, E minor down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. Now if you were digging on that bass run that we were doing, one way to kind of get that in is to do your down, 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 up of the strum pattern and then throw in your bass lick. So we tried that, but then we have G with down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, G down, 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 up, 3, 2, 1, E, open E, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, E, down, 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 up, oh, 1, 2, 3, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, 3, 2, 1, open E, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. So we're kind of digging on that. You can kind of add that in. And if we tried that through our pre-chorus with the 16th note strum pattern, we got G with down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, G down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, B7 down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, B7 down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, C down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, C down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, F down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, F down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And then if we tried that through our chorus, we have the G, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, B7 down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, C down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, D down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, B, D. And then we would have that verse return. But then if we tried it through the bridge part that way, we'd have C, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, A down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, A down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, A down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, B down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, B, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And then we kind of be going back to our verse intro, kind of that G and the E minor. Now something else you may want to try is adding the bass notes, kind of like we were doing with that bass run earlier, where on the first down of the strum pattern you do the bass notes. So we tried the verse that way, and I know we already talked about adding the bass notes too, or the bass run. We'd have G with low E bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, G with low E bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, low E bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, low E bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, G low E bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, G low E bass, down, down, up, 3, 2, 1, open E for the bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, low E bass, down, down, up, 1, 2, 3. So you kind of work it that way. And then when we get to the pre-chorus part, you have G with low E bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, G with low E bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, B7 with A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, B7 with A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, C with A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, C with A bass, down, down, up, bridge part, if we tried it that way, we'd have C with an A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, Fa with an A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, Fa with an A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, Fa with the bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, Fa with the low E bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, D with an E bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, D with an E bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, and then we'd be back to our verse chorus for our outros. We have G with low E bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, G with low E bass, down, down, up, 3, 2, 1, open E, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, open E, down, down, up, 1, 2, 3, and low E, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, G with low E bass, down, down, up, 3, 2, 1, open E, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, low E bass, down, down, up, 1, 2. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Life Without You by Stevie Ray Vaughan. So good luck!